Hey, how y'all doing? Look at these pretty crabs my friend Billy John brought me. Whoa, they're gonna be good. They're big and they're fat too. Mm. Somebody wanted me to show them how to pick around here. This is how my mom showed me how to pick, and I'll show you that in a minute. I got a couple of things I want to tell you. Crabs. When you go to buy crabs, people, everybody wants great big giant crabs, but when your value of actually the meat value of the crab, you want to buy number twos when they're hard and they're nice. When they're hard and they're nice, you're going to get 3 or 4 more pounds out of a bushel of number twos than you will get out of a bushel of jumbos. So yeah, number twos are always, just about always, your best buy if they're hard. Unless they're buckram, they ain't buckram, they ain't no good. So yeah, so you always want to pick twos. Uh, my mom and my Aunt Doris were the first 2 women over here to go and pick crabs into rice. They started somewhere in the late 50s, early 60s, and they got 50 cents a pound is what they got for picking crabs. And I remember being a little boy going to Crisfield with Ma to sell it. And I think by the time I was a little boy, she got 75 or $1 by then. But yeah, 50 cents a pound was what they first started picking. Most time, out of a good bushel of small crabs, you'll get 8, sometimes 9. I've got as many as 11 pounds out of a pack full bushel of little ones before, but 8's around a good average. A basket of big ones, 7. But the smaller they are, you're going to get another pound or so out of a bushel of small ones, but probably more. You know, um, I ain't been doing too much lately because I got overheated a couple weeks ago, and then last week I got feeling real bad. Well, my diabetes has started catching up to me again. I've been pretty good for a few years, but now it's starting to bother me again, so I'm gonna have to start taking medicine and the needles and all that stuff again. It was up to 409 the other day, yesterday evening. No, day before. Yeah, day before. Yesterday. This morning it was down to 303, 304, 305 was the last kind I did. Yep, around lunchtime, 305. So it's coming down. But I'll wind up having to take medicine. But now I'm going to show you how to pick one of these. One of these. Here's how Ma always showed me. If the back was on, my friend already cooked them for me. I got Old Bay and all on them. But we usually pull the back off like this. Being careful right here, there's a little spur right there. You can stick in your thumb real easy if you're not careful. Pull the back off. Scrape out all the guts. Cut off the mouth parts. Scrape off the dead men. Both sides. Break off the claws. Usually get that nug. Then come over here like this. I've seen some women, they can cut them from both sides. They just can go like this one side, then flip it right out and go like that. But I weren't never that skilled at it. This is how my mom showed me. You cut off the legs right at the joint edges. Right at the joint edges of the crab leg. Right there. Cut that right off of there like that. Sometimes you get a little piece or so. It pulls itself out. I'm going to leave these crab things here. I'm going to watch the minnows come down here. That first one has to be popped out. That's the one that the claw was on. You always get a nice nug of meat on there too. Oh, they're good too. Fat. Pop off the big claw. Nug. Oh boy, they're good. And you cut right there. Right there. I don't know if you can see, but right on that very edge, as close as you can get to the joint, because the more you cut in, the more meat you're wasting. So you gotta get right on that edge really good. With your hand, your hands like this and just pull, come back like that. And you get a little nug there too sometimes. Then you've got the crab all cleaned up. Once the crab's cleaned up like that, you take, he's got 2 tiers to his inside there. I don't know how to explain it to you, but if you cut right across this way, you get the meat and it'll cut it right in half. If you see right along the legs, you cut right middle way those leg joints. You start in the back here, and you want a good sharp knife too. Not so sharp you cut yourself and cut your finger off. But you take that top right there off. There's a piece of meat in there, there's meat in there you have to pick too. If you're picking crabs and you don't pick that piece right there, that adds up to almost 2 pounds of crab meat at the end of the bushel. Then you got all your separated parts here. Up here, here's your lump, and here's your individual thing. Each one of them's got a divider bone. You have to pick between the divider bone. Let me put this side away. You go like this, and there's your lump right there. That's your lump. Some women can roll that out perfect. That comes out absolutely perfect. But then you pick out your individual sections in. Like that. And always when I cleaned them up, especially after sucks, and I got a little bit of that yellow in it, I won't like scrape it all out because I do like a little bit of the taste of it. Now I ain't gonna dig it all out and eat all the guts and all. I ain't doing it, but if it's got a little bit of that yellow in it, darn right, that tastes good. That's why we call it mustard. I heard a little bone fall in that. So you pick out your big lump right there. And pick out your individual sections. Now, if I was picking this for myself, or you know, if I was a woman who was here, or I don't even want to say it like that. If I was picking commercial, let's put it that way. If I was picking commercial out of my house, I would have already picked probably around 2 crabs per minute. Is how fast they go. And if you look, that's about how much meat I got out of 1 crab. So if I pick all of these crabs right here, I'll get looks like maybe over a pound. Looks like maybe very good, very much over a pound. So I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the nice evening. Watch the sun go down. That's pretty neat, ain't it? That's pretty cool. Sit here and eat crabs, watch the sun go down. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alrighty then, see y'all later. Take her easy. Bye now. Here, let me show you how I pick a claw. Take the knife, put it right against the face. You want to be careful. Same for amateurs sometimes. And you like roll the knife right into the claw. That way when you break it, let's see. Some of it came out, but a lot of times it'll all come out. Alright. I'll tell you, I like Old Bay cooked on my crabs, but as far as the kind of a crab cake I like, my favorite crab cake is a claw meat crab cake with J.O. seasoning, crab seasoning in it. They just got that old timey flavor to me. Oh yeah. Roll the knife into it. I'm gonna sharpen knife. My knife ain't real sharp right now. She'll wind up hurting you. She's too dull. But a lot of times that'll all come, the whole thing will come right out. Oh, they're good. First ones I've had all year. That's all right. That's fitting right there. That is fitting. Okay. Well, as the sun goes down and the bowl fills up, I'll bid you all a sweet adieu. Take her easy, y'all. See y'all later. Bye.